So that's all the festivities done. We're over all of that. We've kind of back into January and it's all a little bit depressing, isn't it? It's kind of, here we go again. So we've overindulged over the Christmas period. Our credit card bill is looking like it's just going to smash a big hole in our floor. And it's all just kind of, right, we've got to keep going again. But I've got some great ideas to get you going in January. So what can you do in January to help save money? Well, the first thing to do is that perennial old thing. Check your tax code. That's right, we've talked about that on the payslip video before. But your tax code can change. But why is January important for that? Well, Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs go and check and reconcile the PAYE database at certain times in the year. One of those times is December. What's December before? January. So if your tax code is going to change, it's going to happen in January, and then potentially you end up getting taxed more, or if you're lucky, you might get taxed less. But you need to check that code to make sure that things like your expenses have gone through, that things haven't changed for something you didn't know about, the benefit in kind that you didn't have that the revenue thinks that you do have. And what do you then do about that? You then need to speak to the revenue about it. They're the only people that can change it. And you can do that in two ways. You can try the phone approach. I'm not going to recommend that in January unless you've got a spare 2 hours or more. Or you go online and do it via your online tax account. But you need to check that code. Check your bank balance. Yeah, I keep talking about checking things. Bank balances, tax codes, whatever it happens to be. But why do you need to check your bank balance? Well, the first thing is, what will tend to happen is after a big spending month like December, the last thing you want to do is look at your bank account and go, oh my God, I've not got enough money. But why is that important to do that? Because you have to understand what that bank balance says. And more importantly, in December, you've spent a whole load of money on shopping, Amazon, websites, whatever it happens to be. But what happens if that card was claimed? And that means that more money has gone out of your bank account than you thought. And you don't check it. If you don't check it within a period of time, you can't go back and go, no, those transactions were wrong. I didn't spend that money. Please give me my money back. You need to check the bank balance. You need to make sure you know how much you've got. And more importantly, that money isn't coming on from your account that you didn't know about. Vouchers and loyalty schemes. We all sign up to them. We go into a shop. The first thing that somebody says to us is, oh, right, yeah, that'll be £15.25. And would you like to sign up to our loyalty scheme? Yeah, right, here you go. Yeah, I'll sign up to that. There you go. Here's my details. Here's a card. Yeah, I'll use it over the course of the year. It's all going to be great. Nectar is a really good example of that, which people find relatively complicated to do. But what about a story that I heard recently, which is somebody had a Nectar account and they put a whole load of points on their Nectar card over the course of the year. But what they'd forgotten about was those Nectar points didn't do anything. They were just sat there. And in January, they went, hold on a minute, I've got a bit of time. I can sit there and link my Nectar account to my Sainsbury's supermarket account. And what did that then do? It gave them a free shop in January. And their shop maybe around 120 quid, whatever it happened to be. But importantly, they were using the points to generate income, or alternatively, to save themselves money for something that they had saved up for the whole year. So make sure you're looking at those loyalty schemes, that you're using those points rather than just leaving them sat there going, yeah, that's nice in an account, innit? How about an off-the-wall one? What about batch cooking? Yeah, you know, it's a financial thing and we're talking about cooking. Martin, you've just gone off on one. It's New Year, you don't know what you're talking about. Please go away and leave us alone. Or is that true? Because if you're cooking for a whole week, everybody comes in, they've got to eat at night. That's what you got to do. Rather than turning up and going, right, I've got in, I've done my 12 hours work, I'm tired, I'm fed up of a rail strike. It's taken me 17 years to get back from a journey that should take me 20 minutes. And now I need to cook, or not, because I've had enough. I'm going to go get that takeaway. And it'll be fine because it's only 10 quid. But if you batch cooked on a Sunday night, you might have 4 different meals for the whole week. That all you need to do is take them out of the freezer, take them out of the fridge, stick them in the microwave, 2 minutes, job done, there's my food done. And you've just saved yourself 10 quid. If that's 2 takeaway meals, that's 20 quid. Just by spending a little bit of time on a Sunday when you'll kind of chill out, think about things a bit more. And also the shopping is going to be cheaper because you're buying en masse rather than trying to buy individually. So finally, how about a challenge? Why don't you do the 1p challenge? Right, mine, you're talking about some stuff again. 1p challenge, what you're talking about, you're not making sense. 1p, nobody has 1p anymore, it's all on a card. Yeah, I accept that. But if you put 1p in on the 1st of January, 2p on the 2nd of January, 3p the 3rd of January, you get the drift where this goes. 31p on the 31st of January. By the time you get to the 31st of December, if you've done 1 extra pence every day, you would have saved yourself £667.65p. And you've not really done anything for that. It's just 1p. If 1p is a bit too difficult because you don't have change anymore, that's not what you do, why not set up a savings account and look for the link in your bank accounts that says, round up my savings, round up my expenses. So if I'm spending £6.49 on, I don't know, a chock-a-wocka doodah or whatever it happens to be, it will round to 51p and put in your savings account. Yeah, it's not massive amounts of money, but you're doing something towards saving. You've started a goal. You've started saving. And I always say that version 1.0 is better than version 0.0. And by starting it on that process, you're not having to get involved in it particularly, but it's starting you into the savings habit. And from there, things grow. So we've talked about savings and about saving money in January, but we've often talked about planning and budgeting and all of that stuff. So why not check out our other videos on planning and budgeting to see how you can take it a stage further.